Your actions have changed the world.
Today we are in the Carpathian Mountains for the Losing Everything Challenge, along with the Straight Shot Challenge as well. We're going to be eliminating the constant with a bullet to the head and a memory loss injection. And while we're here, we will also cover the secret ending where 47 injects himself. So for this challenge, we're not able to bring anything with us, and we will be starting in the laboratory, and we're just going to do a one-time run through of this one as there's so few challenges. So right from the start and off the bat, we are going to wake up, get our senses together, get off this nice cold slab, and make our way through the train. This is quite an epic journey. So first things first, we're going to need some clothes. So we're just going to run up behind the scientist here, collect up the key card that he drops, although there is another one behind us on a desk. We're going to take his outfit and exit into the next train car. And we're just going to make our way straight past the scientist and the guard there. Make a note of the wartime poster on the wall, because that will give us the key card entrance, or the key code entrance of 1979, and we can then get into the refrigerated area and retrieve a rusty crowbar. With that, we can then exit onto the exterior of the train. So we're going to have to scoot along the outside of the train. We will spend a considerable amount of time out here. We will be ducking in and out of windows quite frequently. We're just going to jump across to the next carriage, where we are blocked by some ice. So we're going to make our way up onto the roof. Now be aware there are traffic signals for the train that come along every few 100 meters or so. One on the left and then the right, and then back to the left. So just be aware of them, because one hit from that can almost kill you outright. So we're just going to wait here by these barrels for the guard to go past us into the carriage behind us, at which point we can then follow him inside, render him unconscious. We're going to take his outfit, we're going to collect up his gun, because we're going to need one of them for the straight shot challenge. And then we're going to make our way all the way to the back of the carriage here, where we will find another rusty crowbar. These rusty items are one use only. And with that crowbar, we are going to bust open the box back at the front of the carriage and retrieve the fuse from inside, before making our way along the train, over the Hummer, and up and into the next room. And in here, again, at the back of the carriage, we will find a valve, or a lever, and we're going to make that valve fit onto this little area here. I'm not sure what you would call it. And with this now in place, we can open up a hatch onto the roof and escape this section of the train. So there is the traffic signal going past on the right. So I've got myself a little bit stuck there. So we're going to make our way along the roof of the carriage, drop down to the next carriage, and then up and over the tank on the far side. So far so good. We're going to drop down once again on the far side of the tank, make our way up and over the roof of the next carriage as much as we can. Can't go very far. We're going to hang down off the side and through the window, and then straight out of the opposite window just to our right here. And this will avoid all of the confrontations with any enforcers and guards. So we do spend quite a lot of time on the outside of the train. So into the next carriage, and we're just going to follow the enforcer halfway down the corridor, make our way into the cabin here, and we're just going to wait for the patrolling enforcer to make his way back past us. So we're looking through the window, there he goes, and then we can continue on down the carriage and onto the next carriage. And nothing to do on this carriage except make our way past, climbing over all of the logs as we go, and into getting another carriage, but this one has something useful for us. We're going to approach the workbench here and make a homemade silencer for the gun we've collected. So with that done, we can now once again continue on. We're going to avoid the weapon locker area there, we don't need anything from that, and then straight once again into the next carriage and out the window on the left, and then we're going to scoot our way once again past the guards up onto the roof, again being aware of where the traffic signals are on a number of occasions. Upon climbing up this roof, I'm usually hit by one of those signals just as I climb up. So we're going to make our way along until we can't go any further, and then down the side, back into the window, into the bar area. We're going to use the bar as cover, make our way through to the end where there is another window. We're going to scoot out of that and back in the very next window on our right, through the doors, and once again back out of the window and along the carriage, and back in through yet another window. This time we are in a cubicle with a advanced guard or an elite guard. We're going to take the outfit lying there. Just be aware that the guy just outside that cubicle on the left is an enforcer. We're then going to make our way through that carriage and up onto the roof of the next carriage. Just being a bit cautious as to where the signals are. So once we're up onto the roof, we can then make our way back down once again and along the outside of the train until we come once again to some impenetrable or impassable ice. Back up onto the roof, drop down before we get hit by yet another traffic signal, and we're going to then make our way through onto the next carriage. We're just going to render that guard unconscious. You can get past him, but it's just easier and quicker to render him unconscious before we continue on. Now at this point we definitely want to be crouching down when we drop down off the roof. We're going to wait just behind these barrels here, and you can see the guard on the right just moved into position. We need to wait for him to move away again, and we're going to approach the fuse box here and add our fuse. That's going to blind everybody in this area, and we can run as fast as we can along this carriage and into the next one and straight into the crate. Now this isn't strictly necessary, but I highly recommend it, because once all of the guards in the previous carriage get their sight back, one of them, as you can see, may come this way, and he will be an enforcer to us. So as you can see, that one of the two occupants of this carriage has left, so once the guard who is searching leaves, we can now be left alone with the guard captain, with whom we are going to render unconscious. We're going to take this guard's outfit and deposit him in the crate we were hiding in. Now, this outfit is quite useful, as we have another carriage of elite guards, but none of them are enforcers to this outfit, and they all feel the need to salute you as you walk casually past them all. So once we're past them all, we can make our way up and over the tank here and into the next carriage once again, where we will find yet another change of outfit, and this is one of the analyst's outfits. And from here on out, we have no more enforcers to worry about, so we can just run straight to our target. If we can get through the door, a lot of the doors do this. If you're stood too close, they won't react. So straight through the next carriage and the carriage beyond that, and then through to the final carriage where we should hopefully find this lever. Now at this point I highly recommend dropping a save, which is exactly what we're going to do very, very quickly. There we go. Before we release the rest of the train. Drop the save there for a reason, just so that we can reload after we've shot our target or injected him with the poison. We can then reload from this point. So once the rest of the train has departed, we can then make our way into the final carriage and we can confront the Constant.
I don't suppose there's any point calling for help.
No.
Seems I brought this on myself. Well played, Miss Burnwood. Do you really think she'll be able to resist all that power? This is not how people work.
She rejects the power, not the responsibility.
A noble idea. But please join me in the real world. I trust you already know what this is. Why not simply take it? Embrace who you were always meant to be.
No, never again.
Well, I had to try. Go on then. Do your thing. At least I die knowing who I am.
So at this point we're going to walk up behind the Constant and pull out our silenced pistol and shoot him in the head. So at this point we have achieved the straight shot challenge. I'm just going to take the Constant here and dump him out the window before we reset or end the mission by stopping the train, and at any point from here on out we can reload and start the final process once again, and this time round we will inject the Constant.
I don't suppose there's any point calling for help.
No.
Seems I brought this on myself. Well played, Miss Burnwood. Do you really think she'll be able to resist all that power? This is not how people work.
She rejects the power, not the responsibility.
A noble idea. But please join me in the real world. I trust you already know what this is. Why not simply take it? Embrace who you were always meant to be.
No, never again.
Well, I had to try. Go on then. Do your thing. At least I die knowing who I am.
So this time round we will grab the memory loss syringe and we are going to inject the Constant.
No! No!
This is what it means to lose everything.
You're making a mistake.
It's mine to make.
Oh. Forgive me. I seem to have, what were we talking about?
Don't worry. We were done.
So once again we're just going to stop the train and finish the mission here and reload one more time, and this time round we are going to inject ourselves.
I don't suppose there's any point calling for help.
No.
Seems I brought this on myself. Well played, Miss Burnwood. Do you really think she'll be able to resist all that power? This is not how people work.
She rejects the power, not the responsibility.
A noble idea. But please join me in the real world. I trust you already know what this is. Why not simply take it? Embrace who you were always meant to be.
No, never again.
Well, I had to try. Go on then. Do your thing. At least I die knowing who I am.
So this time round, we're going to pick up the memory loss injection, and we're just going to wait here, seeming a little indecisive, and eventually the constant will ask us if we're having second thoughts, and we will then get the prompt to inject ourselves, and we get a callback to one of the earlier games in the Hitman franchise. So we're just going to wait now for the constant to finish picking fluff off of his suit while we stand here doing absolutely nothing until he says,
Second thoughts. Perhaps we understand each other after all. Go on then, free yourself. Lucas Gray was haunted by his humanity, but freedom from choice is also freedom. Everything is so much simpler in black and white. Thank you, my friend. I will take care of you now. All will be well. Wake up. Wake up, my friend. It's the dawn of a new day, and you have things to do.
So there we go. That is both of the challenges completed for the Carpathian Mountains, along with the secret ending. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.